Hello, 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 and welcome back to the channel. We have some portfolio updates today since Bitcoin is crashing and STRC is also going down. BTC is currently around 63,000. I think in my last video it was around 67,000. My last portfolio update I think was June 2nd. So it's continuing to go down and we're gonna go over my portfolio updates. And Stretch is currently at around $95. If you're new here, my goal is to build enough passive income to live off of my investments, and I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. This is just my journey. So we're going to start off with my portfolio updates, and today is June 4th. As you can see, BTCI is going down because Bitcoin is going down, and I purchased Stretch yesterday. I purchased it back. On June 1st, I sold my whole Stretch position at 98.75. I actually sold it a little bit at a loss, around $280. I sold that position because I woke up that morning and I saw Bitcoin going down, and when Bitcoin crashes, Stretch also goes down. Even though it's supposed to stay around the $100 par value, it still goes down. So I knew it was going to go down and I'm just going to buy it at a better price. And yesterday on June 3rd, I bought it back at a price of 94.85. Cost basis, 94.85. And it's gone up a little since then. Now it's at 95.6. So I'm trying to still make money during this bear market. And I'm trying to buy Bitcoin at the bottom. That's why I only invested $10,000 in Bitcoin last month, in the middle of last month. Next, in my Roth IRA, I did the exact same thing. So I currently hold Stretch. On June 1st, I sold my whole Stretch position at 98.66, and yesterday I bought it back at 94.85. And same thing with my health savings account. So I currently hold about $5,200 in Stretch, and I bought it for 94.85. So here is June 1st, I sold it at 98.7. So in my Roth IRA and brokerage account, I actually sold it at a loss for together about $100. But I knew it was going to go down and I knew it was a good opportunity to buy it back. So those were the changes in my portfolio. So let's say in my brokerage account, my total loss is only $471, even though BTCI went down about $2,000. So I'm really trying to offset that loss and waiting for the right time to buy Bitcoin. Obviously, we don't know when the bottom is. I'm going to quickly update my chart where I see everything together, my brokerage account, my Roth IRA, and my HSA. The only change here is I bought Stretch back, 215 total, and 70. 410, yeah. So my total portfolio is about 410,000. And with this breakdown, my current monthly income should be around $2,800 a month. I am slowly dipping into Bitcoin. I think Stretch at $95 is a good price to get back in. As you can see, whenever Bitcoin crashes, Stretch goes down. For example, even though it's supposed to stay around the 100, so in November, that happened. Same thing happened in February and also now in June. So it always strives to go back to the 100 par. I think it's a great opportunity to buy because that's when it goes back to 100, that's a 5% return. The only thing is, it's really hard to transition from Stretch to Bitcoin when Bitcoin is going down. So the goal is to put my money in Stretch so I could get a high yield. Stretch currently pays 11.5%. Dividend, and I want that yield, but then I also want my money to be ready to purchase Bitcoin. So that's why I sold Stretch really fast, so I could have the opportunity to buy Bitcoin if Bitcoin crashes even further, or buy Stretch back. But if I had bought Stretch at 100, and let's say today it's currently at 95, I wouldn't have sold it already. There, it went down. I don't want to buy at the top and sell at the bottom. Stretch, short duration, high yield credit. Currently the dividend is 11.5%, and as you can see from the graph, it's not a safe investment. It's supposed to be less volatile than Bitcoin. Strategy is proposing semi-monthly payouts instead of monthly payouts. Strategy is proposing to pay semi-monthly dividends on Stretch instead of monthly. If approved and adopted, we believe this would lead to reduced reinvestment lag, enhanced liquidity, market efficiency, and increase increased price stability. So that would make it a little less volatile. Here's the timeline. So if Stretch transitions to semi-monthly dividends, then the next record date would be June 30th. And the first payout would be July 15th. My issue with Stretch is that I want to hold it until I buy Bitcoin or Bitcoin products like BTCI and XBCI. But the problem here is that if I want to transition to Bitcoin or BTCI and XBCI, Stretch also goes down. So I kind of have to think of a plan that my cash would be ready to buy Bitcoin, but I'll also get a high yield on my cash. So like I said in my last video, in June, Bitcoin is going down. I don't know, it might recover a little during the summer, but I genuinely think that Bitcoin is going to drop more in October and November. That's why I'm hesitant buying more Bitcoin. So I might buy some more BTCI if Bitcoin goes lower this month. Just a little dollar cost averaging into BTCI. We'll see. And regarding BTC and XBCI, which is the leveraged version of BTCI, I'm probably going to buy a lot around October or November if it goes down, unless Bitcoin dramatically drops to around 50,000. That's my plan. I'm currently waiting on the sidelines to see how this plays out. So in my chart here, here's my breakdown. Here's the distribution rate or the dividend yield. And over here is my monthly income that this portfolio would generate. Let's say if I buy another 10,000 of BTCI, so I would have 20,000 in BTCI. Okay, we have to take down 10 here. So that would bring my monthly income up to around $3,000 a month. I just don't want to be in a situation where Bitcoin goes down, I want to buy more, and then all my cash is in Stretch, and then Stretch also goes down. So luckily, I bought it under $95. That's always better than if I would have bought it at 100. But I need to see at what price I want to buy more BTCI, because the distribution rate of BTCI is around 26%. So if Bitcoin goes down 20 or 30%, then that would take me a year to recover from that. In distributions, for example, if BTC doesn't go back up. So I'm trying to determine how much I think Bitcoin will drop versus the distribution rate I'll get from BTCI. And let's say I'll purchase XBCI, $10,000 worth of XBCI. So let's just change this to 50. So that would bring me up to $3,300 a month because the distribution rate is around 38%. But again, if Bitcoin crashes, it's going to take me a long time to recover. With the distribution rate. Even though it's a high distribution rate, XBCI is leveraged 150%. So it will go down more than Bitcoin. And quickly, before I end this video, this is my goal. My goal is to live off of my investments, and I would like around $4,000 a month from a $410,000 portfolio. I still need to kind of play around with it and decide the portfolio breakdown, but my vision was something like this. The $115,000 is the equity in my real estate. I'm planning on selling my investment property next year. I can't sell it this year because I'll have too much taxes to pay. And then I would like around $100,000 in BTCI, $30,000 in XBCI. I want to buy back Bitcoin. I sold my Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP to save on taxes. And then my plan is to buy them back at the right time. And then $50,000 in Stretch. That would be like my savings account. But I'm not sure today if I want to leave that amount of money long-term in Stretch because, again, if I'm waiting for an opportunity to buy more crypto or any other asset, I need that money ready. And then I'll have about $23,000 left in just cash in my high-yield savings account or Fidelity money market fund. That was a quick portfolio update. I will see you in my next portfolio update, and subscribe to my channel so you can follow along my financial independence journey, and I will see you in my next video.